night prowler. Each night he made his way through the shadows. What was his ghostly mission? His little jade-eyed companion knew the answer to the mystery. Would you like to follow him down the darkened streets?
There's that old man again. I think he's dangerous. What on earth does he search for?
Who knows? He's just a little daft, that's all.
Was old Jonas Palmer dangerous? Was he daft? Let's examine this old man closer.
That's right, my little friend. Keep looking. We've got to find it. Got to.
But let us start old Jonas's story at the beginning. One time he owned an antique shop.
I'm sorry, but the wine chest is not for sale, ma'am.
What a pity. You're sure?
Quite sure, Mrs. Peters. It is one of the few pieces I keep for myself. Good day.
All right. But remember, I'll give anything to own it.
Would she now? But we can't sell it, Satan, can we? Where would we find another piece of furniture with nice trick drawers where we could keep the beacon ruby, eh?
See? I told you. That stone is as big as his fist. He keeps it in that chest.
This will be a cinch when he goes upstairs. We can get through this window.
The jewel is our security, Satan. We'll never end up in an old folks' home as long as we own that, eh? Cost me every penny I had in the world once, but it'll save us from poverty someday.
I'm getting that chest if I have to threaten him into selling it, the old fool. But first I'll examine it again, to make certain it's real rosewood.
Mrs. Peters silently entered through a basement window, little realizing two others were also about to enter with the intentions of looting old Jonas Palmer.
This is almost too simple, but it's plenty dark in there. Don't fall over anything.
What's wrong, Satan? What are you trying to tell me, eh? What was that? Noises in my shop? We can't afford to have any prowlers around where our ruby is. Better see what caused that noise.
In the shadowy blackness, the thieving pair pause with the awareness of another's presence.
Someone's moving around down here. Do you think it's the old man?
A bullet will scare him off.
Shot! Someone shot me! I'm dying.
Silently, Mrs. Peters' body slumped against the chest she had so coveted, and its weight swung open the largest trick door. Grotesquely, she tumbled in, and the door quickly shut. Jonas clicked a light switch and stood facing the smoking gun. He heard the threatening words, but above those snarling voices, another sound remained crystal clear in his brain. That snap of the secret door.
Don't make a sound, Pop, or we'll silence you permanently.
Open that chest and hand over the beacon ruby, pal. Then you won't get hurt.
Don't shoot me, gentlemen. I can't open the chest. I sold it to Mrs. Peters. The key is in her possession. I was to retrieve my jewel when I delivered the chest to her. I know that sounds like a strange arrangement, but it was my guarantee to her that the chest would truly be sold to her.
Where does this dame live, Pop? We're going visiting. We'll deliver the chest for you, then she can open it. Come on, move.
Her address? I must look it up.
Jonas was gambling. He knew a body was in the chest. If he guessed correctly, it was Mrs. Peters. If he was wrong, he was at least leading the thieves to where he would receive help.
Having that truck with us was just plain luck.
Please be careful. It's a priceless chest.
Pacing nervously back and forth before his master's shop of antiques, Satan watches the truck with its grim secret vanish from sight. Mr. Peters quickly opened the door to admit the strange visitors. His eyes wore the anxious look of one who is waiting. Jonas felt a chill for the shock awaiting this man.
Your wife bought this chest from Old Man Palmer, and we delivered it. What's so exciting about that?
But at this hour of night? What's going on around here? I thought you refused to sell that chest to my wife. Well, that's what she told me.
I did refuse, but it seems she was very determined to get it.
If it's here, she bought it. Now call her. We want that key.
As a matter of fact, she isn't home. I was waiting for her when you arrived.
Not home, eh? Well, Palmer, what do we do now? Stand aside, I'll shoot that door open.
Wait, gentlemen. The lady is home, I'll show you.
Agnes! What's happened to her?
That shot! You must have killed her.
Shut up, you fool.
Go to the phone, Mr. Palmer, and call the police. If either of you two thugs move a muscle, I'll shoot. Put your hands up or I can watch them.
Until he satisfied the police with an explanation of his part in the grim murder, Ionis was held at the police station. But finally, he was freed.
I'll have that chest sent back to your shop for you, Mr. Palmer, if you still want it after this.
Oh, I want it. I most definitely want it.
And finally, life seemed to resume its normal pace.
They brought our chest back, little Satan. Shall we take a look at our ruby?
With trembling fingers, Jonas opened the small secret drawer. Then he stared in horror and disbelief.
Gone! It's gone! It must have fallen out the rear panel as the truck jounced along towards the Peters house. I've got to find it. My whole life's earnings. I must find it.
There's that old man again. He makes me nervous. What do you suppose he's looking for?
I can't imagine. He's been prowling around like that for months, muttering away to his cat. Just a little daft, that's all.
But one night...
No sign of Old Man Palmer tonight. I guess he must have ended up in an asylum.
Asylum, nothing. I was just reading about him. It seems he furnished proof of ownership at the police station today for a huge ruby. They found it months ago a few feet away from an antique shop he used to own.
The end.